Hello there ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Indie Digest. Today we are looking at a game that's been in beta for quite a while now. It originally went by the name of Starfarer. It's now called Starsector for various reasons that I didn't bother looking up. Anyway, this game is a top-down space shooter, which is fairly reminiscent of everything from Asteroids to all sorts of really terrible games they made after Asteroids. But this, unlike most of them, is not an arcade game. This tries to be as realistic as it can possibly be. I suppose it's still fairly arcadey, it's on a 2D plane, but it tries. It tries. So this is the vanilla game. I'll show you a bit more advanced later on. This is just basic vanilla. So what you do is you pick a dude. That looks like a good grizzled veteran. Give him a name, such as Ding. And then you pick whether or not you want Iron Mode, and that is simply, can you save? I'm going to turn it on because this bit of the video is only going to take 10 minutes anyway. What do you do then? You pick sort of your story. It's basically like Mount and Blade. Frankly, the whole game's like Mount and Blade, but this bit just lets you get a few things. So we were a co-pilot on a patrol ship, and then we helmed a patrol ship. Sure, got an early promotion in there. Then we pick which ship we start with. The shuttle class attack transport is about the worst ship there is, maybe. Depends on exactly certain things. Maybe the fuel tanker is worse than this, but never mind. We're going to go with the standard frigate. Now apparently we start with 2 combat points because that's what we had. So you throw an aptitude point in there, and the way that works is you get 1 aptitude per 2 levels and 2 skill points every level, so you level up. And the trick is you can't move a single skill past your aptitude level, and every 5 levels you put in a skill gets you like a special thing for it, and also you upgrade a certain thing. So this one, I add 2% to my top speed, 5% to my acceleration, and if I ever get to 5, I get an extra 25 speed boost when I'm at 0 flux. I'll explain that in a minute. It's a nice way of doing it. I have to say, it is a nice way of doing it. The only issue I have with this whole system is that leadership is a thing, and fleet points are really important later in the game. But earlier in the game, I really just want more combat stuff, I want more tech stuff, I want better armour and shields and repairing, and I want better weapons and damage and speed. But at some point, I kind of just want more ships. So, I don't know, maybe there should be another way of getting it, maybe I should be able to pay and have things, I don't know. They'll balance it, I'm sure, or maybe I just need to work harder and get more levels, or maybe I just need to think ahead for once. So this is the main bit of the game. If you play Mount and Blade, you'll probably recognise this. It's basically just the world map. This is me. I go around. That's a giant ass hegemony system defence fleet. You don't fight them, like, ever. I mean, the 3 big things here, each one of those ridiculously powerful. Let's see. Well, let's go through these things. Character, we've seen this. Fleet, this is where you manage your ships. You can have as many ships as you want, although eventually you will go across your fleet limit, and logistically you're not capable of doing it, and your ships will accidentally just like crash into each other and die. It's the thing. Same thing if you have too much cargo. You can have more cargo. Actually, I'll show you cargo. You can have more cargo than you have space for, the trick being that you just like tractor beam it behind you or something. Except if you tractor beam too much behind you, it's going to crash and kill something and destroy things, and it's a nice way of doing it. Frankly, if you just need to make like a really short run, you just gotta want a major battle right next to Starbase, you can take everything and really quickly get it back and hopefully not lose anything in the process. And if you do, well, it's only a tiny bit. Unless the accident risk says it could destroy ships, in which case you do not go near it. You just leave it, seriously. Refit. Now this is one of the interesting bits of the game. Also allows me to very well show off the ships. So each ship is made up of the basic hull, which in this case is a Vigilance class standard frigate. Standard frigates just like the class thing. The Vigilance class is this specific ship, and this one has, let's check, is that it? Okay, apparently that's it. 1 medium energy turret, which I'll install a pulse laser into, and 1 medium missile hardpoint, which apparently is having a harpoon. MRM, what's that? Not sure what MRM is. Medium range missile, maybe? I don't know. Anyway, as you can see, there's lots of stats for these, and there's all sorts of different ones, you can tweak them. And then what you do is you change the amount of capacitors, which increases your flux capacity again. I'll explain that in a fight. And flux dissipation, again, in the fight. And you can also add various modifications. You can unlock more, I think, by upgrading certain skills. I won't take any of these. They do take... right now they're not very good, and they take a lot of space. Then you just go to weapon groups. You can turn certain ones onto automatic. That's for bigger ships, really. You can also run simulations. Won't do that just yet, but maybe in a bit I'll run a simulation to show another ship. Now, what do? We go to the map, and then we... outpost officers, not in the game yet. And then we go this way, because this way is the way to the pirates. And the pirates are just... they're the looters, they're just the nice, easy, early game things to fight. However, there are a lot of them. Maybe I could fight that. What have I got? A pulse laser and harpoon? That's a destroyer class and some... You know, I've got a good feeling. Not what I was going to show off first. I was probably going to show off a simple fight against a hound class, but this'll do. This'll do. So, we're in. Flux. You can see it down here. Does two things. Firstly, use it to fire. As you can see, it's using it up, and then it goes down. Secondly, you right click, you put a shield up. This is an Omni shield. It's small, but it does go around the whole ship. Now, let's get it hit by something. And you'll notice it's not going down. That's because there's a little solid bar that's the hard flux limit. If things get hit, well, when the shield gets hit, that is stuck. If you lower the shield, it slowly goes down, and if you press V, it vents it rather faster, except, the beautiful bit, if you're venting flux quickly, you can't use it. So you can't have the shield, you can't fire the weapons, you are stuck. Right? That's a serious thing. In fact, we're in a rather serious issue right now, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to lose this fight, because I have to, maybe if I... Okay, I'm automating the... See, auto fire, so I'm automating the front weapons, I'm just controlling the shields. I'm going to try and target the fighters, hopefully... Oh god, overloaded. No. Oh, that hurt. So I can't fire to destroyer. It's not really an issue, I didn't really have anything. What happens if you get destroyed is... it just picks a new ship and you start over. What if I started with? A shuttle class with 2 small IR pulse lasers. Marvellous. Well, I want to win one fight, so I'm going to quickly go into settings and turn my ship's damage to half. It's not easy mode per se, you still have to be quite skilled, because you can't take many hits anyway. Let's go try and find something a bit easier to fight. That isn't much easier to fight. Damn. You know what? Let's just run a damn simulation. So this is what you normally end up fighting. It's just a standard hound class. There it is. Yes. Small. This is also... It's a surprisingly nice ship to start with, actually. It doesn't have any shields, but it has a nice forward gun. Okay, got hit. And the flux and go back in. Trust me, that gets much more tactical with bigger ships and when you have more ships. Because then you do sort of hit and run things, you try and get into the fight, get out. This ship's faster than me, I can't actually fight it. Well, exit the simulation. Let's run one more just to show off something a little more. Just a little bit bigger. So I'll show off a big ship and then I'm gonna move on and show you the game a bit later in. Early on, the game's quite difficult to move on. Oh god, as you can see, these things are quite powerful. Oh god, no, come on, don't murder me yet, I want to get one shot in. Oh, just go for him, scratch the shields. Oh, I'm so dead. That's a lot of missiles. Look at all those missiles. If actually, I was going to say if I could target it, I could show you the specs on it, but I can't actually do that. So anyway, that is the basics of the game. Now, could stop it here, but I think people might like to see a bit later on in the game. Also, I'm being chased down by pirates. Just assume this guy was killed by pirates. Okay, I'll be right back with something a bit bigger. And welcome back to a modded game. Oh yes, this game, despite being a beta, has a very, very large amount of mods for it. This one is called the Umoz's Corvus version 17. Just don't question it. Anyway, it is one of many different mod packs that add all sorts of different things, and most notably, a few different factions. Shall we take a look at the map? Do you remember that last one? A little light blue, a little brown, a little bit of red. Oh yes, yes, so many different ones, and they're all unique and beautiful and brilliant. Also, you may notice this looks my fleet looks a little bigger, doesn't it? That's quite a nice ship. I quite like it. Also got these three as like escort ships. Shall I show you the ship? I believe I shall, but I'm not going to do it in an actual fight because I might lose it. Should we fight the onslaught again? Let's do that. Oh dear, those are on auto fire. Shields up. Ooh, those are some slow loading shields. Okay, I want to get my port guns onto them. Right, back off a bit. Don't let it overload the shields. Right. Good shields, not so good on the hull, unfortunately, on this particular ship. Okay, I took a lot of hull damage, but you'll notice he didn't vent his flux. And so if I can get in there, I might be able to take down his shields. Particularly if I use... oh, nice big plasma guns. Oh dear, that... just destroyed my shields again. Okay, let's take another load of hits. And this time let's use the special ability. You'll notice down here it says high energy focus, that's my special ability. I press it, and suddenly my energy weapons do a lot more damage. Oh yes. Also notice it's saying a lot of things. You can disable individual components. Please fire my big guns again. That did nowhere near enough damage. That is such a tough ship to kill. Oh god. Oh, big ship, big ship. So this is something bigger. Right, let's actually end this simulation now. That'll take forever. I'm going to see if I can find a fight I can win, so I can show you the actual RTS mechanics. A couple of little things. No, that's big. What about that? Yeah, 3 frigates. Not really a proper fight. Get away from me. Not losing this. I think I'm on Iron mode. Am I? Yep, I think I'm on Iron Man mode. Let's take a look. Might be something over here. Oh, one of the nice things, this is an Omni factory. If I put things in there, in that station, it analyzes the blueprints and it lets me buy them. Well, it builds them, it lets me buy them. Which is very nice. It's a feature of this mod, of course, because there's a way on this mod, and I've tried it, but I cannot find me do it, where you start at war with everybody, and the only way to get anything is to steal their stuff by boarding it, and then take it there to have it built for you. So that's not the only independent place. Neutrino combat lawyers. Well, that sounds doable. Ooh, all the ASP syndicate mercenary. Let's go after them. That looks quite doable. Fortunately, about the problem with this star is Sometimes it hides enemies. Right, so they've got a Gigantophis class standard cruiser, a Sunder class close support destroyer, and a Bite drone wing. And I have an Odyssey class and 3 Tempest classes. Let's do this. So this... Oh, that's right. My flagship is actually one of these Tempest classes because I feel it requires more skill than the big ship. Sometimes there's control points. Apparently this Bite isn't big enough to warrant them. Never mind. Also, this one's special ability is a little Terminator drone. Look at him, isn't he cute? He's also incredibly deadly, which is very nice. Don't even have to load out these things with weapons, and they're still quite deadly because of that. Oh god. Okay, autify the graviton beam, please. Yeah, I ain't doing enough damage. Let's get out of here. Well, actually, let's not. Big dude, go fight that. Little dudes, go fight them. There are a load of other options. There's escort, so I can assign people to escort that, and there's also two nice little things because when you have a giant fleet, you kind of just want easier ways to get things to happen. And that's the way of doing it. Will my little frigate dudes come to help? No. Maybe if I go help kill those drones, they'll help a bit more. Probably should have controlled the big guy, actually, make sure he's doing good work, but never mind. Let's get after these drones. If a drone wing lands on a carrier class, they can be repaired. And I mean they just like rebuild the missing parts of the wing. The only way to destroy a fighter wing is to destroy every single bit of it in one. For God's sake. Ooh. Oh, that was just a destroyer. I thought something awful had happened. Right, let's finish off this big ship. As you can see, the flux is pretty high, so we're nearly taking the shields down. Ugh, get out the way, you footy people. Right. Let's fire the harpoon. Some missiles. Ah, he has point defense lasers. Never mind, shooting. Nice thing to note, the ships do have armour. Yellow is slightly damaged, red is very damaged, I think green, yeah, is undamaged, and grey is, there's no armour there anymore. You have to sort of fight your way through it. Different weapon types do different amounts of damage. It's all very technical and cool. Like I said, it isn't the most accurate, well, I can't say accurate, none of this is real, but it's not the most realistic thing in the world, because obviously it's on a 2D plane, but it's pretty damn close. So, that I think shows off this game nicely enough. All I can say is go buy it and support this developer however you can. The guy's doing good work. And thank you for watching the Indie Digest. I'll see you next time.